Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope that all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am fine too. Welcome you all to NIVS Home School. This is Mahmudur Rahman, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School. Today I am going to take a Bangladesh and Global Studies class for the students of class 9. Our today's topic is chapter 9, page number 163 to 168. Okay, the name of your chapter number 9 is the United Nations and Bangladesh. Let's see the board at first. This is the class for the students of class 9, subject Bangladesh and Global Studies, topic chapter 9, page number 163 to 168. This is your lecture number 15 and your homework number 13. I repeat again, this is your lecture number 15 and your homework number 13, and you will be given 7 MCQ for your today's homework. Your term is half yearly. And this is my name, Mahmudur Rahman, and my contact number. You can contact through my phone number if you have problem. Okay, let's start. The chapter name is the United Nations and Bangladesh. The last century witnessed 2 world wars in the world, and 2 devastating world wars. First one was in 1914, which was called as First World War, and after the devastation of First World War, the world communities or the countries realized the importance of keeping peace and harmony in the world, and for this reason in 10th January 1920 the League of Nations was established. But in again Second World War broke in 1939, and so the action of League of Nations was invalid. After the World War ended in 1945, the world powers again realized the importance to found an organization that will keep the world peace, and for this reason United Nations was established on 24th October 1945. The administrative branches of the United Nations, there are 6 administrative branches. First one, the General Assembly; second, Security Council; International Court of Justice; Economic and Social Council; the Secretariat; and Trusteeship Council. The General Assembly, all the members or member countries of United Nations are gathered in an annual General Assembly, where all the proposals are submitted. Security Council is the most effective and powerful branches of all of the branches of United Nations. There are 15 members, including 5 permanent members, and 10 members are renewed after every 2 years. The permanent members are the United Nations, United States of America, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. These 5 permanent members are also called 5 powers, and they have veto powers. Veto means I don't agree. That means if there is any proposal or any kind of new laws are to be passed, they can use their power to disagree or agree. The International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice, and it works for the world harmony. Also, the world laws are all maintained through this Court of Justice. The headquarters of International Court of Justice, or ICJ, is in The Hague of Netherlands. Economic and Social Council. This branch works for the social and economic development throughout the countries of the United Nations. Secretariat. There is a secretariat in the United Nations, and General Secretary is the chief of this secretariat. He is elected for 5 years. At present, Antonio Guterres of Portugal is the Secretary General of United Nations. And Trusteeship Council, this branch is inactive at present. The work of this council was to help the countries who don't achieved the independence yet. I have mentioned some notable years here. The First World War broke and continued till 1914 to 1919. The League of Nations was established January 10, 1920. The Second World War started in 1939 and ended in 1945. The Moscow and Tehran Conference in 1943. On this year, there were conferences in Moscow and Tehran for the establishment of United Nations, and finally the United Nations was established 24th October 1945. Now we will learn the objective of the United Nations. The objectives of the United Nations are clearly depicted in UN Charter in order to maintain international peace and security and develop friendly relations among nations. The objectives are as follows. Number 1, keeping world peace. That means United Nations will work for keeping world peace. Number 2, developing friendly relations among nations by showing respect towards equal rights to all. That means all the people in this world living are equal, will get equal rights, and they will enjoy equal rights. This will, and everybody will show respect to each other. This will be maintained by the United Nations also. Developing friendly relations among the nations in the field of economy, society and culture as well. The United Nations will also keep up this the field of economy, society and culture, and United Nations will work for the harmony and friendly relation among the nations in the field of economy, society and culture also. Number 4, encouraging respect for each other's fundamental rights and freedom for all without distinction. That means there will be no difference regarding caste, religion or color. And number 5, settling international disputes. There are several disputes going on in different countries of the world. So suppose there were a dispute between Bangladesh and Myanmar regarding the maritime boundary, and Bangladesh won its due rights in 2012 with the help of the United Nations. Now, United Nations and Bangladesh. At present, there are 193 member states in the United Nations. Bangladesh got its membership in 1974 as the 136th member state. Since the beginning of UN has been working in Bangladesh to change the socio-economic condition of the country. Bangladesh is also playing important role in UN peacekeeping missions. In 1986, the then Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, Mr. Humayun Rashid Chaudhry, presided over the 41st session of the United Nations General Assembly. The associate organizations of the United Nations serving in Bangladesh are as follows. There are different kinds of associate organizations which are working in different sectors, and they are working in Bangladesh also. Now we will discuss one by one. UNDP, or the United Nations Development Program. Bangladesh became the member of UNDP in 31st July 1972, and since then UNDP is working for the development of Bangladesh. They are initializing different kinds of activities. They have introduced SDG and MDG. There are 8 goals in MDG, and Bangladesh already achieved in 2015, and Bangladesh showed comparatively very successful efforts in achieving MDG, especially in child mortality rates. And there are goals also in SDG, or Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 goals, and the year for achieving these goals is fixed as 2030. UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Education Fund. This organization is working in Bangladesh for the children's education and their safety. UNESCO, the United Nations Education, Science and Cultural Organization. UNESCO is working for the development of education, science and culture in Bangladesh. FAO, or the Food and Agricultural Organization. The headquarters of FAO is in Rome of Italy. This organization is working for the food safety in Bangladesh, who are World Health Organization. In 2014, Bangladesh became polio-free, and WHO declared Bangladesh as a full polio-free country, who is working in Bangladesh for better medical treatments and immunization by providing polio vaccines. UNHCR, or United Nations High Commission for Refugees, this organization work for the refugees, and at present they are working a lot for the Myanmars, where for the Rohingyas who are taking shelter in Bangladesh. More than 10 lakhs Rohingyas are living in our country, and UNHCR is working for patronizing or providing the monetary issues by conducting with the different countries of the world. UNFPA, or United Nations Fund for Population Activities, this organization works for the population control or population management in our country. UNIFEM, or United Nations Development Fund for Women, this organization work for women especially, and they have been working in our country as well. So these are the associate organization of the United Nations, and United Nations, these organizations are working in our country with their success. Bangladesh is also showing their activities in cooperating with these organizations. So these are the discussion from our today's class about the United Nations and Bangladesh activities and cooperation with the United Nations. So my dear students, I hope that all of you have understood today's class very well. If you have find any difficulty or problem or further question, please contact me. Till then, take care of yourself and submit your homework on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Take care of yourself. See you in the next class. Allah Hafiz.